All right. So you're ready to step on those mats, test your skills, and dominate your next jiu-jitsu tournament.
That's what we're here for. We're diving deep into tournament strategy today.
And we've got just the thing to help you level up your game. This Competitor's Guide, 2024 Fight Strategies and Tactics, is packed with insights.
It's not just about knowing the moves, it's about understanding the mental and physical demands of tournament jiu-jitsu.
Right, because anyone can train, but tournament pressure, that's a whole different beast.
Absolutely. This guide dives into that, the strategy, the mental game, it's all in here.
So I've got to ask about this Scud missile strategy this guide keeps mentioning. It sounds kind of intense, like are we launching opponents across the mat?
Well, it's not quite that literal, but I like your enthusiasm.
Okay, good. So what is it? Some secret weapon technique?
Think of it this way. You've got multiple opponents, limited energy, and you need to make every move count.
Right. Got to conserve your energy.
Exactly. The Scud missile is about short, impactful bursts of energy at strategic moments.
Ah, so it's more about picking your battles, not going all out from the get-go.
Exactly. It's about maximizing your energy output for those crucial moments, like a perfectly timed sweep or takedown.
I can see how that's crucial in a tournament setting where you don't want to be completely drained after one match.
Right. You have to be smart about your energy expenditure.
Makes sense. This guide also mentions the always be closing, or ABC mentality. Right?
Yes, all connected. Always be closing means you're not just trying to survive each match. You're actively looking for the submission, the finish.
So it's about constantly pushing for that advantage, that opportunity to end the fight on your terms.
Exactly. You're always looking for a way to advance your position and secure the win.
Okay, before we get too far into submissions, let's rewind to the night before the big day. Our listeners probably feeling those pre-tournament jitters.
Nerves are natural, but this guide offers some interesting advice for pre-tournament prep.
Like what? Aside from the obvious, getting enough sleep.
Sure, sleep is crucial, but they also recommend wearing your gi to the venue.
Wait, really? Like showing up in full battle gear, is that for intimidation tactics?
Not quite. It's about getting comfortable with the environment.
So it's about controlling what you can in a situation with a lot of unknowns.
Precisely. Familiarizing yourself with the space helps minimize those last-minute jitters.
That makes sense. Tournament changing rooms can be their own kind of chaos.
Right, so anything to reduce stress and keep your head in the game.
Speaking of staying focused, let's talk about pre-fight fuel. Are carbs our friend or foe? Asking for a friend who may or may not have a donut problem.
Those donuts might be tempting, but this guide emphasizes balanced meals with plenty of carbs for sustained energy.
Okay, so carbs are good. What about right before a match?
They recommend light snacks like fruit or energy bars to keep you going throughout the day.
Gotcha. So save the victory donuts for after the medal.
Exactly. Celebrate after you dominate.
All right, so we're rested, fueled up, and familiar with the battlefield. Let's talk strategy. All right, so we're feeling zen, we're fueled up, gi's on. Time to break down the source's 4 pillars of tournament success.
Love it. Structure is key in these pressure situations.
Right, so we've got multi-fight, energy efficiency, attack, defense, and always be closing. Let's break it down.
Music to my ears. We've already touched on energy efficiency, that whole Scud missile idea.
Yeah, but how does that actually play out in a match? When do I unleash my inner Scud?
Okay, so picture this. You're in the guard, being strategic, conserving energy.
Wearing them down.
Exactly. They think they're winning, but boom! Opponent overcommits. You explode up with a sweep, a reversal. That's your Scud.
So I'm basically a pressure cooker, waiting for that release.
100%. Gotta make it count.
Love it. So that ties into the attack pillar.
You got it. And this source is big on getting that first point. Psychological advantage right off the bat.
Like they're already playing catch-up, even if it's just 1 point.
Exactly. Throws them off their game,
Yeah.
More mistakes from them, more opportunities for you.
Which is where that always be closing comes in.
Bingo. You're not just defending a lead, you're always pushing, advancing, looking for that submission.
So every sweep, every pass, it's all getting me closer to that finish.
You're getting it, man. Tournament jiu-jitsu is a chess match, not a brawl.
Right. Got to use that brain power. But what about when I'm on the defense?
Just as important, especially against unpredictable opponents, sometimes a strategic retreat is the best offense.
Pulling guard, for example. When I know a takedown isn't happening.
Exactly. Control the fight from the ground, but not passively. This source actually mentions a cool counter when your opponent pulls guard.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Lay on me.
All right, so they pull you in, right? Instead of resisting, create a slight angle. Target their leading knee with your hand as they come up.
Using their momentum against them.
Exactly. You can throw them off balance, go for a sweep, even take their back.
Okay, that's some next level stuff.
Small adjustments, big impact. That's what this guide is all about. And it goes back to playing your game.
Right, not getting caught up in their rhythm.
Don't try to match someone else's intensity if your strength is methodical control,
Sticking to what you're good at, I like it.
Trust me, it works. They crumble when they can't dictate the pace.
It's a mental game as much as physical. Speaking of, this source goes deep on the mental aspect, right?
Oh, yeah, it's not just about believing in yourself. This source gets into specific mental strategies, like cultivating that quiet confidence.
Quiet confidence. I like the sound of that.
It's about knowing you've put in the work, trusting your skills, no need for arrogance, just quiet assurance.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground here. We talked strategy, dove into those crucial tactics, even got a little philosophical with the mental game.
Tournament prep is more than just drilling techniques.
Right. It's about all these little details that add up.
Yeah.
And speaking of details, this source mentions some last-minute tournament day tips we got to cover.
Oh, absolutely. Stuff we might overlook but can really impact your performance, starting with a good warm-up.
Yeah, everyone says that, but seriously, why is it so important?
Think about it. Prevents injuries, which can end your tournament run before it even starts.
True. Nothing worse than being sidelined with a pulled muscle.
Plus, warm muscles mean better range of motion, stronger movements, everything just flows better.
Right, I'm convinced. What else do we need to keep in mind?
This source is big on tuning out distractions, creating your own little bubble of focus.
Oh, I get it, like with music. Some people are super into that.
Exactly. Whatever gets you in the zone, meditation, visualization, got to find what works for you.
Block out the chaos and just focus, right?
Exactly. And that focus carries over to pre-fight nutrition, too. The source recommends avoiding heavy meals before matches.
Yeah, nothing worse than feeling bloated when you're trying to move.
Right. Stick with protein shakes, energy bars, something light that keeps your energy levels consistent.
Smart. Easy to digest. Any other pre-fight fuel tips?
Don't forget about electrolytes, especially for grip strength and recovery afterwards.
Oh, wow, I haven't even thought about that. But it makes sense, all that sweating.
Huge impact. So many people overlook those small but crucial details.
This deep dive has been amazing. We've gone from pre-tournament jitters to specific takedown counters, even explored the mental game of a champion.
It's all connected, and when you can put it all together, that's when you see real results.
Absolutely. So much wisdom packed into this one source. Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Well, we've covered a ton of techniques, strategies, mindsets, but I think it comes down to this. What's your A game? What's that one move, that one strategy you're going to own on tournament day?
Boom. Love it. Focus on your strengths, hone those skills, and step on those mats with confidence. All right, everyone, that's it for today's deep dive into tournament domination. Now go out there, train hard, stay curious, and we'll see you on the mats.